what a great day. Particularly when you plan to give away sunglasses, it's great to have a sunny day. So it is indeed a great day in Skokie. It's a great day for R&D. It's a great day for the Parkway site, for the village of Skokie, and for the employees of Cyril here at Parkway. Actually, the first phase of our plans to redevelop the Parkway site were completed last fall with the parking garage. We told you then that we would be back to break ground on a new research building. And I am so pleased to tell you today that that's the reason for us to be here. I am joined today by several members of the Cyril Pharma leadership team, R&D management. We have officials from the village of Skokie. We have officials from Flad and Turner, the architect and contractor for the building. And so at this time, it's my pleasure to turn the podium over to Dick DeSchutter, the CEO, President, and Chairman of Cyril.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is really a pleasure to be here, a day that has been long in coming, and I thank all of you for being here to mark the occasion of the groundbreaking ceremony for Q Building. The last time I saw a crowd of this size was when we dedicated the parking garage, and Phil Needleman almost ran over me with a red Viper. But I don't see Phil. I'm sure he'll make his usual spectacular appearance. So much has happened over the past year that really demonstrates our recent pattern of success, continued success, and which brings us here today. In fact, really, while much of our recent attention has been taken with all of the activities associated with the upcoming merger with American Home Products, the reality is that Cyril is having an absolutely spectacular year. Because we've been in this quiet period with American Home Products, we really haven't been able to get out with the analysts and perhaps as actively tell our story as we normally do. But some of you may be, in fact, pleasantly surprised to know that our promoted products this year in the United States, 98 versus 97, are up 42%. 42% growth of promoted products. Of course, much of that growth being driven by Arthrotech, launched this year, which hit $100 million in sales within just the last few weeks. The fastest achievement of $100 million sales plateau for any product in our company's history. Arthrotech is now running at a rather incredible $240 million a year of annualized sales, and Arthrotech combined with our DayPro franchise means that we are now the leading arthritic marketer of products in the United States and approaching the number 3, in fact we are the number 3 ranked arthritic company in the world, and we'll be approaching that number 2 position very soon. Our year looks like it's shaping up to be an all-time record. In fact, I'm increasingly confident that by the time the year closes, we'll have reached the $3 billion sales plateau, 2 years ahead of the target which Phil and I laid out as recently as 3 years ago. We said we're going to hit $3 billion of sales in the year 2000, and I think we got a real shot at it this year. From the R&D side, I think your progress this year has just absolutely been spectacular. Noting, of course, the most recent acknowledgement that we've got expedited review by the FDA of Celebra. And as we said we would, we came in with a mid-year filing, absolutely unprecedented in our industry, from first patient dosed, 14,000 patients in all, 39 months in the clinical development timetable. The FIBIN programs are absolutely running at a rate that's as impressive for Celebra. We anticipate that we'll be filing Zemlo-FIBIN this year and have a real chance for an early approval, or at least a first half 99 approval next year. Most recently, of course, we got the result from the RAILS trial, which resulted in our discontinuing that trial because the medical evidence, the clinical evidence that we showed with our aldosterone reducing approach of aldactone was sufficiently strong to discontinue the trials, and that will be announced at the American Heart Association meeting with all details in November. The project that brings us here today, it is indeed a pleasure for me and Mert and Phil and those of us who have been associated with this project for so long to really kick off. It is really the first project of what will be a series of building renovations that's going to completely restore this site to make it one of the leading state-of-the-art research facilities in the pharmaceutical industry. This project for Q building dedication will result in over 60 laboratories. It will house 3,000 scientists in state-of-the-art facilities. It is a $74 million project in and of itself, and we anticipate that it will be completed in mid-year 2000. But it's part of an overall site master plan. The next phase will be the replacement of K building, and in all, as we go around this site and renovate all of these facilities to take it to our master plan, the total cost of that renovation will be in the neighborhood of $350 million. Of course, it's going to take some time to do that, probably some 7 to 9 years, but I think what you're seeing is the tangible evidence of what Phil and I have been saying for all this time, that with success would come the recognition and the support, and I can't think of a greater support from our parent company, Monsanto, than for us to begin this major project at a cost of some $350 million before it's complete. It's a wonderful occasion, and I'm really pleased that we're joined today by Mayor Gorell from Skokie, who I should tell you with a project of this magnitude. We have wonderful relations with the village of Skokie. The mayor and her staff have been absolutely wonderful to work with, and believe me, are really our friends, and it's a great deal of pleasure that I introduce now Mayor Jacqueline Gorell. Mayor?
Thank you. You know, groundbreakings are one of the most pleasurable aspects of my job because, as you heard, at last permitting processes are behind us and the little snags and sometimes not so little snags have all been ironed out. But I can think of no other business in the village of Skokie that is a better corporate neighbor to us all. And the timing of this groundbreaking couldn't be better, because it gives me an opportunity to personally and publicly thank Mr. DeSchutter and Cyril for their community efforts.
I think that Phil has just arrived.
Those shovels are too damn small. I brought my shovel, so look out! Out of the way! So this guy's going to go over there, and then we're going to tell him how to really knock it down. I could say is when we did the garage, I came in a red Viper. We do the Q building, it's a red truck. If we do another building, it'll be a parachute. Two simple things to say. You all really know and understand what the hell this building means. It means the commitment to the site. It recognizes who brought us to this party and who brought us to the future. And implicitly, this building go-ahead should make it very clear where everyone stands about what you've done. And so it's an especially nice pleasure. And that's what this is about. So let's see if we're ready to get on with it. Symbolic one. Mayor, you should, Mayor and Dick, you should really dig in. Let's stop fooling around with the... Let it rip!
How do we build a building when there's another one already on the site? And so we just wanted to prove to you today that D building is coming down. And there's no better time to start than today. Great thanks to Dick and Phil for their support of this project. And yes, we've had a few bumps along the way, but their support has been unwavering for this project. I would like to also thank Mayor Gorell and village officials and staff that have joined us today and for their support for the project. I would also like to thank the project team. And when I say the project team, there's really several facets. First of all, there's been a steering committee made up of Larry Hansen, Peter Core, Arnie Miller, and myself that have been involved with the overall planning for this project and approvals of the project. There has been an advisory committee made up of Gary DeBryan, Rick Marks, Sean Nugent, Dave Sopanik, led by Dave Grenke, the project manager, who unfortunately is on vacation today, not being able to be with us. But this group has done a tremendous amount of work and effort in the planning and in the detailed design for this project. I would also like to give special thanks and honor in remembrance of Bill Ager. Bill Ager was likewise very involved in this project right up until the time of his death. And so at this time I would just like to really remember Bill, and we will remember him for a long time and his contribution with respect to this project.